Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're just going to go through floor Hell 11 through to 20. We're going to build a couple of different teams in order to get through these stages. It looks like we are still currently on land, so the land domain synergy. What we're going to do, build a couple of teams here just to see if we can get this damage reduction, and then we'll jump straight into a couple of proper teams that we can use. So bear with me. Okay, and I've built a couple of brews. Unfortunately, I don't know whether or not these are going to work, and the reason for that is because of the reflect damage that is done by these enemies. Yes, we do have the 75% damage reduction, which will really help. Plus, as well, we also have the land domain synergy. So as you can see, I've got 5 out of 5 for this particular team. Gives all allies 24 million extra HP on top of all of the buffs from the Hope Tree that I've got on currently. So the team is basically, it's 2 protectors, Lancelot and Wukong. You've got 2 strikers in the form of Lysandra and Mulan, and then you've got Astrid to round out the Mystifiers. As you can see, we have 2 Ethereals on the team, and we have 2 Mystifiers on the team as well. We also have 3 Deviants, 4 Royals, 2 protectors. 2 protectors, like we said, with Lancelot and Wukong, 2 strikers with Lysandra and Mulan. We have 1 Lightseeker and 1 Celestial. Now, the Celestial isn't doing altogether too much. At the start of battle, increase crit and attack for all allies by 25% and 15% respectively, but it is going to be hopefully enough to get us through. Now, I do have a bit of a weird combination of relics. Primarily, it is focused on this relic right here, the Mystifier's Ethereal relic, the Scissors, or whatever they're called, Vanquisher. Bought a big pair of scissors. You also have the Death Scythe as the first Mystifier relic. You can also use other relics like the Underworld Key as well in this slot 1 for the speed up of your relic procs, and then you've also got the additional HP increase as well with the Demon Bane Whip. So that is what we're going for here. Artifacts, we've gone for the Mystifier's damage, which is going to be primarily the source of damage that we're going to be able to use. We've also got the Sinful Band here, and that is not just for corrode damage, but also the attack minusing, also the burn from Mulan as well. We have the Undying Shield in this particular build because I think it's going to be a bit weak, especially against the reflect damage from the dooms. That's going to really hurt us, but we've tried to compensate a little bit. And then you've also got the dodge here and damage boost. So it is what it is. I've done what I can with the units that have been given to me. So we do have the next team. This is again a full 5 land domain team. It is a mix of Ethereals and Glorians. So we do have 5 land domain. So we get the 24 million HP right at the start of battle. We have 3 Lightseekers on the team in the form of Nawi, Lillian Leah, and Mavis. 3 Avengers, Janna, Mavis, and Arkdina. And we have 2 Royals, Janna and Arkdina. 2 Monarchs in the form of Lillian Leah and Mavis. Ooh, where we go. We have 2 Deviants in Janna and Arkdina. We have 2 Verdiants in Nawi and Lillian Leah. Then we have the 2 Glorians as well. Then we do have the full relic passive for. Relics I've gone for pretty standard, so I would use this normally for the Avengers team, but it just so happens we are also using Glorians as well. So chest is to double proc the rest of our relics. We get healing from the sphere and HP increases, and then we get shielding and increased attack from the Hand of Tyr as well. With regards to artifacts, we've gone for the increased attack of Avengers. We've gone for increased effect of basic attacks. That is primarily because of Nawi. Nawi does, when she does proc her passive, those are all basic attacks. So she's going to do loads of damage, especially paired alongside the crit. So the pursuit dart, so every time we do a crit, we get an additional strike, and then at the start of battle, every 1 speed, increase the chance of casting ultimate skill twice. So every time we cast our ultimate skill, we do have that chance to cast it twice as well. We've gone for crit rate and increased speed as well. So let's jump in. Let's see just how far we can get with this particular team build, or these 2 particular team builds. Again, Dooms is very, very difficult to overcome without Holy Shield specifically. Fortunately, we have a little bit of Holy Shield here to proc us through this first couple of rounds, and having the Mystifiers on the team as well allows us to heal 25% of our HP, which will boost up our Grace of Hunters as well. So as you can see, doing a nice chunk of damage here. That is in part thanks to the Splash Axe. So as you can see, every time we do damage, we have the chance to proc 100% of that damage to all enemies as well. And that is a significant chunk of their HP gone down. As you can see, we do get hit by the reflect damage, but fortunately, it seems as though our HP pool is too high, with thanks to the 75% damage reduction, with thanks to the other stuff as well. So the land domain synergy giving us an increase of HP of 24 million. That is no small number. It is a very, very large number, and is allowing us to push through effectively all of this reflect nonsense that's going on. Now there are 2 two phantoms left, but fortunately both of those have gone down, and we are now just looking to take out Merlin. I don't think we can proc the phantom synergy again, but doing reasonable damage from Lysandra here as well, so absolutely spot on. Now we'll move on to this next team. Again, we have Nawi, Lily and Leah. We have and then the other Avengers as well, so Arkdina, Mavis and Janna. I think Nawi is going to take the cake on this one, as long as we can get her to survive. So as you can see, we are proccing and we're doing massive amounts of damage here, and that is with thanks to the increased damage of, effect of basic attacks for all of our allies, which is going to in turn allow us to do what we need to. So we're doing a fair chunk of damage here, actually, 907 million right off the bat. So we can see that it's gone up from below sort of 100 million to in fact taking a lot of damage, or enemies are taking a lot of damage from those basic attacks. Don't underestimate those basic attacks, especially when Nawi's doing them as well. Very, very strong. So we get Nawi to proc her ultimate here. We do get the crit, and then we get to proc it again. Do we get it a 3rd time? Maybe there's no need for it, because Nawi no longer has a legitimate target because she's just taken her out. Again, Nawi is really, really powerful. A lot of people underestimate just how powerful Nawi really is. Janna here, not even built up, but doing reasonable amounts of damage. Mavis to build up as well, and now doing even more damage, building up consistently. We've got Arkdina, so we do... Arkdina, again, what she's doing here, she's lowering enemies' attack, I believe, with that one. And then on her next, so her active skill, she will increase the attack of all allies as well, which is very, very powerful. Something I recently discovered about Arkdina is that her runes, if you do get the unique runes for her, you can have a look at getting that passive of increasing attack of all allies when she casts her Chaotic Orb by an additional 20%, so can do a lot of work with that. So this, we get the attack increase, and we also get the additional attack increase as well, which is going to hopefully push us over the edge. Janna to do an ultimate here. The reason that she's able to do the ultimate is because of the Grace of Shadow that we do have. So every 100 energy, so when this energy builds up over here, so like right now, for example, if we were to dodge an attack, we would respond with an ultimate, and Nawi to do the most, of course, because that's just who she is as a character. Now, let me build a couple more teams, and we'll just see where we can get up to. Okay, and this one's going to be a little bit more difficult. The reason for that is because we're not using the best units, and also I do not have these synergies unlocked. So if you don't know, you do need to go into the seasonal tab perk on your hope tree, and then you can click on any of these units and give them seasonal synergy. Now, none of the units on this team have the seasonal synergy unlocked, even though they are all land domain units. So we would be getting the increased HP, but we cannot get the increased HP. And again, it is primarily because I just don't have enough. Yeah, I just don't have enough, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So what we are going to do is we're going to have a look at these units here. So we do have three. Let's pop this open. So we've got 3 Light Seekers in the form of Christine, not a unit that we see very often. Marlena, again, not another unit that we see very often. She did pop up at the end of the last season, towards the end, because people realised that her runes were actually very, very effective. So let's just take a look at those right now. So as you can see, I do have her half red runes. I do not have her full red runes, but the half red runes should suffice for the purposes of this video. So at the start of the round, deals damage to the enemy with the lowest HP percentage, equal to 10% of Marlena's max HP. There's a 100% chance to apply the mark effect for 1 round as well. If you do have her half, at the start of the round, there is a 20% chance to deal 2 random enemies down equal to 10% of Marlena's max HP, and applies pessimism for 2 rounds. And then again, that goes up, or the chances go up if you do get her full red runes, but we don't. We only have her half red runes, so we'll see just how well she does here. Christine, one to pair alongside another unit that you can find within the land domain synergy. It is, in fact, Alice. So Alice here is only for me at 3 stars, or sorry, 8 stars technically. So I won't be using her in this particular build, but I will have a video out over the course of the next couple of days where I get her up to 10 stars, and we'll just see how well she does there. And then for relics, we've gone for Sphere, we've gone for Kunasagi, and we do have Knight's Edge as well. The reason that I've gone for these relics specifically is so that we get this proc, this little star underneath the Valianters, and we get the star underneath the Glorians on this right hand side here. That just allows for additional synergy benefits for this. Artifact-wise, we've gone for the 300% Glorians, 300% for Valianters, Splash Axe, Undying Shield. We've gone for increased speed of 50% and increased attack of by 20% as well, just to get that extra damage in there, and to go first. It's always very important to go first in these matches. Now the next team that we're going to look at is Sylvan Ayushta as our Dooms, as well as Snow White, the unit from the last season. Again, I only have 2 out of the potential 5 synergies here, or land domain synergies, so this should be level 5, but it's not, unfortunately. I just don't have those synergies available at the moment. But we do have 3 Light Seekers. In case you don't know what Light Seekers do, every 1 stack of buff gained by Light Seeker heroes increases damage boost and damage reduction by 2%, up to 20 stacks, so we get an additional 40% damage boost and 40% damage reduction as well. We do have the 2 land domain. Oh, hold up. We do have the 2 land domain units, so we do get an increase of 3 million HP, which is okay, does the job. And then we've got faction synergy as well, so we've got Royal Faction Synergy. We've got 2 Phantoms in Sylvan and Ayushta. We do have 3 Enchanters as well, in the form of Snow White, Masterma, and Bai Sugen. So Bai Sugen and Masterma are our other, the ethereal units that we have gone for as well. And I think I've set my relics up slightly incorrectly. But we do have 2 Shadow Arcs as well, Bai Sugen and Snow White, very important, and the 2 ethereals, as I mentioned. So bear with me. Let me just pop in some proper relics. There we go. So these might be a little bit better for us. We do have Ocean's Maw, which is a Doom's Ethereal 100 Relic Energy Relic. We do have, and it has additional benefits as well. So we have increased detonation damage by 200%, 50% chance to apply stun. So at the start of each round, applies Moonlight to all enemies for 1 round. Moonlight, when an enemy takes more than 15 hits, regardless of source, Moonlight detonates, dealing 700% relic damage, and the effect can only trigger once per round. It's okay. You don't really rely on that. Maybe at later stages, so when you've got this at higher star levels, might be worth it, but is what it is. Now we do have the Doom's Ethereal Relic here, but reduces magic damage by 75% for all allies, for me anyway. And then we have the Demon Bane Whip as well. You can also use the scales. So if we have a look, that pairs very well with Ayushta actually. So when an active or passive skills of an ally have applied Confuse to more than 1 target during this round, the ally's max HP is increased by 150% for 2 rounds. Famine Scales are cast, purifies, and also heals as well. So we'll go with this one, just as, you know, it is what it is. Let's jump in. Let's just see how well we do with these teams. And then once we've gone through these teams, we will have a look at building some actual teams that will properly see you through. So if you just want to, you know, go ahead and use the teams that we're going to use later or in the next round, feel free to. The teams that I'm using here, they're just for a bit of fun. As you can see, not doing altogether too much, but I mean, Marlena putting the work in here, applying this mark effect. It's very good, and it's at the start of the round as well, so that's why Athena had this from the start of battle. And again, we apply this mark. Christine, she does a lot, but she more relies on stun than anything else. So if we stun with a close on that one, but if we stun on these teams here, or Christine will follow up with a basic attack, I believe it is, or an ultimate attack. I believe it's a basic attack that she follows up with, but again, it's not super impressive. Now, we have been able to survive these enemy attacks and the reflect damage as well. It's making us really, really, it's really quite powerful, actually. So we do get the execute mechanic there. Unfortunately, Themis does not trigger with that execute mechanic. It is what it is. I mean, like, she should do. She really should do. She really should proc, but she doesn't. So it is what it is. What I mean by that is Themis has the chance to, when she kills a unit with an attack, so for example, that basic attack there, she can repeat the basic attack. So if we'd have killed Merlin, we would have carried on that chain. It's like a mini Pandora, effectively, or Pandora is Themis, but in DD version. But again, it is primarily up to, it's up to chance. So with that execute, so like with this one, Themis can carry on the attack, but not because she executed them, but it's because she killed somebody else with that as well, which is why she can do the double, and also because of the artifacts that we've got as well. But she's just not, if she did what Pandora did, or what Pandora does, then it would become much more runnable, to say the least. Now this team, it is primarily composed of Dooms, but we do have 2 Ethereals in there for an additional bit of damage. I found that the reflect damage from Dooms is just not sufficient to do what you need to, do the damage that you need to, just based on the reflect damage alone, unless you've got something in there that, you know, increases reflect rate by, you know, 200%, whatever, and also your unit's attack is really high and HP is really high, and all of that, and reflect rate is really high. That's really the only way to do it, but at the moment we're just relying on this this basic damage. So here, unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever get Snow White to proc. I've seen her proc once, and it was when I had to use her against the strongest person in my friends list, and only then did I ever see the dark mode happen. It just doesn't happen. Unfortunately, she has the potential to do absolutely massive damage. Like, I mean, really significant damage. Unfortunately, she doesn't get down to 30% HP very often. So we do see a chain here of many different ultimate attacks just popping off. And then we'll hopefully be able to finish them out here. There are, as you can see, there's phantoms on the enemy team, which do allow them to come back. So that's why this enemy Sylvan came back as soon as Minotaur came down. It's because of the phantom effect that you can get. However, we should see... There we go. So we do see Snow White take him down, and then, of course, Sylvan to do the rest. Now, let me go ahead. We're going to jump in. I'm going to build some actual teams that you should be aiming for. The units on the teams that I'm going to show, you should be aiming for these. Even if you're a new player, if you're an old player, it doesn't matter. These are the units that you should be aiming for. And here we are. So these are the units that you should be aiming for, just all in one place. Fortunately, we do have damage reduction, land domain synergies deployed, but it is because of Cleo. Now, something to keep in mind, Cleo is very, very rare. She does not appear very often. She only appears on Fate summons. Fate summons happen, I would say, once every 3 months or so, and it is very difficult to obtain her, because you don't really get many free Fate summon or Fate scrolls at all. You do need to put money in to pick her up. Now, there is another way to obtain Cleo, and what you need to do is you need to summon 100 times on the final oath of the season in order to pick up a single copy of Cleo from the ticket. Now, summoning on Oath Recall is also reasonably expensive, but you can do it through diamonds as well. So you need to save up 60,000 diamonds, and then you can use those 60,000 diamonds to purchase additional attempts. You can also spend, I believe it's 15,000 diamonds on top of that to get an additional 75 attempts. So you'll need to pick up 25 scrolls in order to do that, and I believe the cost of that is around £15 to get 25 scrolls. If you go to all of the discounted places that you can pick those up from. So it is what it is. She is available, but not really for free-to-play players. Leviathan is not out in the Oracle shop, but I suggest to everybody that you need to pick up a copy of Leviathan in order to pass through certain events. In the Celestial Trials, Percival, you just need a copy of Leviathan, and you need a copy of Leandra in order to go through all of the stages all the way through to 150. With that, Leviathan really does help, because units that attack themselves do massive amounts of damage to themselves as well. Very, very strong. However, a lot of people may not have these units, so the units that I would suggest replacing them for would be Wu and Chang. Now, Chang is available in the Oracle shop at the moment. She is available. You can go pick up copies of her. I would suggest doing so because I think it's really important because of the change that she has made to her ultimate attack. So if we just jump into her ultimate attack at the moment, we will see that she applies Phantom Illusion effect to one random enemy for 3 rounds, and she will cast that every single round, because every time she takes action, she will cast her ultimate. Very, very strong. And Wu Zetian, just the best Glorian unit in the game. Full stop. There is no other better Glorian unit, and the reason for that is because of the 75% damage reduction that she does provide to all units when you do have her deployed. If you don't have her runes, so you don't have these runes right here, she will. So this increases the damage reduction trigger chance to 100%, because what happens with her passive ability here, increasing damage boost by 50% and 75% chance to reduce damage taken by 75%. This goes up to 100% chance to reduce damage taken by 75%. Very, very strong. But also, when an ally successfully casts Phantom Illusion, Wu Zetian devours all buffs from affected enemies. For every buff stack, increase her attack by 30% up to 1,000. And then as well, when Wu Zetian is deployed, the enemy hero recruited by Phantom Illusion gains an additional 200% HP. The reason for that is because this one, there's a lot of text on this one, but basically the entire team, when they take damage, it will go onto the stolen unit as well. So whenever she casts her ultimate, you will in fact get that proc for her as well. So that protect synergy will go, and it'll go the distance, to say the least. Relics, we've just gone for pretty standard relics, and then artifacts. There you go. These are the artifacts I'm using. Increased attack in position 5, because we want Mulan to do the business. Now, speaking of Mulan, she is essential for Rift Odyssey. The reason for that is because of her burn effect. So if you don't know, every time Mulan takes action, it is this one. An allied unit in the same row to enhance their attacks with 1 stack of burn effect, which deducts 5% HP from the target each round, up to 10 times their own attack, lasting 1 round. 5%. The percentage is massive. It's not like does 30 million, does 200 million, whatever. It is a true 5% reduction. So you can do that 5 times to every single enemy, reducing all enemies' HP by 25% every round. And what a fool I am. Storage space, of course. You may have saw that clipped. But yeah, as I was saying, Mulan, very, very strong, does percentage-based damage and allows this entire back row to do percentage-based damage, as well as also applying corrode to enemies, which will bolster up Gaia, is the next one we're going to talk about. You should be chasing Gaia right from the start of the game. The reason for that is because of her passive. You only need this passive at 6 stars in order for it to function as intended. It's really, really strong. So if we have a look, applies 1 stack of corrode, applies by allies. So every time you apply a stack of corrode, Gaia will also apply another stack of corrode. You buy one, you get one free. Bog off. Gaia increases all allies' damage boost by 10% and damage reduction by 0.6% up to 100 times. So that is by 60% damage reduction and 1,000% damage boost as well. So the more corrode stacks that are applied, the more damage you're going to be doing. Really, really strong. The second passive, this one right here, is also very, very good. Increases the speed of, decreases the speed of all enemies by 30. Also, if she gets 100 stacks on all enemies, 100 stacks of corrode, then Gaia will gain invincibility. This lasts for 1 round. And then that's it. Basically, when all the corrode stacks disappear, you've got to reapply all those corrode stacks. Very difficult, but I'm looking forward to trying it out with Tiamat. We can also get 100 stacks of corrode on all enemies with this particular buff. So as you can see, the stack limit for corrode effect is increased by 20. So that is a full, including the default, that is 25 stacks of corrode per enemy, so you can get up to 125 stacks of corrode. Very, very strong. But that is the first team, and let's have a look at the second team. It is Elisha, Dahlia, and Atrops on this back row, and you've got Elma and Ophelia on this front row as well. Now, what will happen is Dahlia will switch with Atrops, switch with Elisha, switch with Atrops, and this back row will just be your main damage dealers. There's no two ways about it. It's going to be really, really strong by the end of the match, because you are not dying. The reason that you're not dying is because of the Undying Shield, so it keeps backline allies alive as long as there is at least one frontline ally alive during battle. And Elma says, as long as there is an ally alive. It is a 7-star passive, so you do need Elma at 7-star. Elma holds his ground and won't die as long as there is at least one ally alive, retaining a minimum of 20% HP. So Elma will effectively protect this entire back row from going down with Undying Shield. Unfortunately, you will lose Ophelia more often than not, and the reason for that is because Ophelia is not under the protection of Elma or the Undying Shield, which is where leads me into this the next unit that I want to talk about, and it is Ra. So Ra, recently released last season, and has changed the landscape significantly. The reason for that is because you can have Ra on this back row, and what Ra's passive does, in case any of you do not know, Ra protects all allies by taking damage in their place. She restores 50% HP and 2 stacks of Holy Shield each round. At the start of battle, she increases max HP of all allies by 20 million. Very, very strong effect. But the whole point of Ra is that you can pop her on this back row. You can have Atrops and Dahlia switching every single round, increasing Atrops' attack. Therefore, Atrops will increase the attack of the entirety of the rest of the team. You also have this back row, which will be completely protected by Ra. The only thing that gets around Ra, specifically, is the reflect damage and corrode damage done by enemies. That's the only thing that can take you out. She cannot protect against indirect damage, whereas Elma can, except you will always lose this front slot. Well, not always, but you will, more often than not, you will lose this front slot. Also, having Ra on the team means you can run her on this back row, which means that it frees up this slot 1 and slot 2 in order for Dahlia and Atrops to do what they need to do and switch and power up the rest of the team. You have Elisha, who is very, very strong. She's one of the strongest units in the game. The reason for that is because every time you get a crit, you will increase your attack and your HP, and you get a stack of that up to 50 stacks. And then Ophelia, every time you increase your HP, she will also increase attack as well. And something else to note with Ophelia, if you do have her runes, she will also increase attack by 50% every time Sanctuary is applied. So if, say, for example, Ra had Sanctuary applied, she will get a 50% damage boost permanently for the rest of the match anyway. So that is the team. I'm just going to pause here for a second, and then we'll jump straight in. Sorry about that. Just needed to refresh myself and also get a lovely cup of coffee made by my beautiful wife. So we're going to see this team in action here. We do get all of these Holy Shield stacks applied. We do get the healing at the start of battle. That is from the Mystifiers passive as well. So because we've got 3 Mystifiers on the team, technically 4, well, it's actually because we have 4. Flipping heck, and we've stolen already. So as you can see, Marina down in this bottom bit right here, she has been stolen with thanks to Chang and the Phantom Illusion effect. Now what will happen when we get into this next round, we should see Wu Zetian do what she needs to do and steal an enemy unit, or if we already have one stolen, she'll apply the Protect to the entire team, allowing us to absorb all that damage and redirect it to Marina. And as you can see, plenty of stacks of Corrode, plenty of stacks of Burn on here. We're going to be able to do more than the 20% HP that this Corolla has left. And we have also applied stacks to the rest of the team as well, not doing nearly as much. As you can see, Corrode not nearly as powerful an effect as Burn, I believe anyway, because Burn is a percentage based. And then Wu Zetian to do the most, of course. Yeah, really, really powerful team. And this team is as well. So I did take Elmer out. The reason that I took Elmer out is primarily because I do have a copy of Ra, but you would replace Ra. You'd pop Ophelia and Elmer on the front row, as we discussed before. But right now, this is the most optimal setup, in my opinion. And the reason for that is because Dahlia and Atrops can switch as well. So they switch between themselves, increasing Atrops' attack. Atrops will dish out 40% of her attack to all allies. And then if you can copy that, so if not copy it, but if you can activate multiple ultimates in one turn, then the damage just goes significantly up. This paired alongside Elisha, as you can see, Elisha's scaling damage is just going through the roof. These guys do not stand a chance. Even on basics, we were doing 27 million. It's crazy town, the numbers here. So as you can see, yeah, this is without Atrops doing her buff. It's just phenomenal. Really is. Unfortunately, my Atrops does not have a higher speed than the rest of the team, but it is what it is. And actually, that first one, that first attack, it was thanks to Ra's passive as well. So Ra does allow for dueling, and what that means is the unit with the highest attack on your team and the unit with the lowest attack on the enemy team will fight it out, and in doing so, they will attack each other, dueling, and then potentially you can get a very nice victory and a one-shot from that, because I believe that damage is times by 5, something like that. Anyway, I'm just going to pause again. I just need to go check something, and then we'll finish off this Hell 13 to 20 with these particular teams. So, one sec. And we are back. Sorry about that. Just needed to, well, been a second for you, but it's been about an hour for me. So what I wanted to point out in this particular team setup is the other 2 units that you should be looking to chase if you want to pass certain events within well, there's just a lot. So firstly, Leandra. Leandra allows for her ultimate attack to proc on turn 1. Pair that with Pandora, and the recent changes to Pandora becomes very strong. So the recent changes to Pandora: when an ally kills an enemy, they will cast their skill again. It's not changed. That's fine. Each time the ally casts their ultimate, Pandora will additionally cast her ultimate. The effect can trigger up to 5 times per round. The hero can no longer cast active skills during the active skill round, instead using ultimate. So effectively, what this means is every time you do a basic with Pandora, she will ultimate, and then she will ultimate again, and she will keep proccing while units are dying, effectively. So every time one of our units uses an ultimate attack, say for example Astrid will cast her ultimate on round 2, Pandora will follow up with an ultimate attack. Gaia casts her ultimate on round 2, Pandora will follow up with an ultimate attack or 2, depending on how you've got it built. Then Leandra casts her ultimate round 1, round 2, and she will proc Pandora, Mulan casts her ultimate on round 2, and she will proc Pandora as well. And those are the only changes that we're going to make. The reason for that is just so that we can demonstrate the different units and the reasoning behind getting those different units available for you as well. So just see how well this team does. All of this corrode, all of the burn that's going to be applied as well is going to be absolutely phenomenal. We should see, yep, so Astrid will attack, then we'll proc Leandra, which will in turn proc Pandora as well. So this is why Pandora is able to do her ultimate here. As you can see, doing 7,336 million right off the bat, then doing an additional 2,000 more, and on this one we're going to see even more, so that's 9,600 right off the bat, and then another 9,600 again every time we're increasing this coefficient of hers. So yeah, just if you want a round 1 kill, you use Pandora effectively, because she will just chain off, and these guys just can't stand up to the damage scaling that is Pandora. It's just crazy how much damage we can actually get in with Pandora. It's just silly. Now, this second team, same as before. Again, the only thing that can take this team down is reflect and corrode damage, or indirect damage as well. Just makes it very difficult for the enemy team to win. So we'll just see how quickly we can take these guys down, and then we'll yeah, so this is round 1, and on basic attack, Elisha is doing 20 million, or is that 20 billion? Probably, something like that. It's just crazy, the amount of damage that is going on here. It's just insane. And then again, 9,609 damage on Lily and Leah here, and then we do get Dahlia to proc as well, switching with Atrops, and then we'll get Elisha to proc as well. Again, that's increased speed, so just something to keep in mind. I have got increased speed on Dahlia and Elisha. It does allow for shenanigans to go ahead, but yeah, it is what it is. So what we're going to do, we're just going to skip through the rest of them. We don't really need to counter Emily. She does apply Plague, but we don't really need to counter said Plague. It doesn't really do altogether too much. If you are struggling with it because of the reduced HP, I would suggest looking at the units on here, or potentially going into your Celestial Trials and having a look on there as well. So we're going to go ahead and skip these. We don't really need to see we don't really need to see what Pandora can do, but we might as well while we're here. So yeah, that scaling damage is just absolutely crazy. Oh, mental. I don't understand what they were thinking with this unit, but it is what it is. So as you can see, we get another proc here, and then we can just take them all down because of the splash axe damage as well. So we don't really need to see these guys. We know what's going to happen. And let's jump in and let's finish off this round 20. And then in the next video, we're going to do 21 all the way through to 30. So we will have the boss Hell 25 to contend with, and that will probably take up the majority of the next video. What we'll do is, instead of building a couple of teams right at the start, we'll end up just building some teams specifically to counter that boss, and we'll just run through the rest of them with these teams as well. And if you don't have Ra, like I said before, you just need to swap her out with Elma, and you've got an undying team there. It's very, very strong. So yeah, we will skip through. This is 19, and then we will do 20. Finish off 20, and then we should be good to go. So it is the Enchantress or Medusa, and you can use Dullahan or Merlin to counter both monarchs, both very, very powerful in their own right. Dullahan, I would say, is the stronger out of the two, so if you do need a unit to counter Medusa, I would go for Dullahan, but again, we'll have to see. So this is the final battle, so let's see. I don't think we need to see it really. I think we've seen this team in action more than enough times. We get Leandra to proc, same process as always. We do get Pandora here to proc as well, doing tremendous amounts of damage, and the splash damage that she does as well is just phenomenal. So here we go. She is going to pop off here. Every time she kills a unit, she will... yeah, she'll repeat the same action. So every time a unit, like we said, every time a unit does kill, an enemy, what will happen is they will repeat the same action, which is why we're able to do so much damage here. Really, really strong, and that again is round 1. Yeah, why not? Why not? And then this team, again, I don't think we need to see this team. Seen it more than enough. And then, yeah, that is it. So, looks like we are all good to go. Thanks very much for watching. I do hope you have a fantastic day, whatever it is you're doing. And, yeah, catch you in the next one.